So
Last
that
time on
that
Dungeons
was
and Dragons.
last time on Dungeons and Dragons. That was one hell of a fight. Our adventurers come into the basement, recklessly slam open the door, only to get poisoned, jump and
No, just one
Only
fail
of
he got
us.
poisoned. Only he got poisoned.
multiple attempts to go over a box that was only about 3 feet tall, only to get beat to death by rats for the other adventurer who wasn't poisoned before dragging the rest of the way through the fight by the skin of their teeth and slaughtering the 6 rats in the dungeon. Um,
6 rats.
one,
Larder.
two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, 6 of them.
Yeah, I'm saying 6 rats. Only 6 rats, and it took us a life.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
You know, a 50 gold healing potion. Um,
Yeah.
So with that, each of you are rewarded. Let me see rat statistics here. Giant rat.
I have a good experience.
Yes, you do get experience. 75 experience each.
More than the bandits.
I would say this was a harder fight than the bandits as well.
Only because we're idiots.
I mean,
Well,
I'm not
the
disputing
bad
that.
rolls,
So,
really.
checking my math, Matthew. That's 137, right?
Yes. That's what calculator on your computer is for.
That's what I used too. Just making sure I typed it in right.
Hmm.
We're adults.
We are
Checking math.
adults.
Checking
Welcome
math.
to adulthood, which is playing
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons at 1 in the morning, somehow failing at it, and then
Yes.
unable to do math.
Simple math.
Simple math
Simple
at that.
arithmetic.
Simple addition
Simple
math.
arithmetic, yes.
Okay, so
All right.
with that, this is
Master
kind
left.
of a settlement show. We're actually not going to go on to the next part of the quest,
Yeah.
but with this, you kind of stumble out. It's after breakfast. You're somehow already exhausted.
Somehow.
Somehow, your wounds are tattered. You have bite marks all over your legs and arms and different areas of your body. And the only compulsion that you feel right now is you just want to go back to bed. So each of you just walks back upstairs to your respective rooms, pulls the tatters of your clothing off, and then lays back down in your bed and falls asleep.
Sounds good right about now.
So with that, the this adventure is over. So let's have a breakdown. Tell me how that fight went.
Well, badly. But I do think everything but when I tried to move away, I think we did fine.
Okay.
Except for me trying to move away and activating 2 attacks of opportunity.
I think the double crit should have been a. I think the attacks of opportunity would have taught you just as well of a lesson.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I got killed. Yeah.
So, when we talk about subversive ways to get the keys, let's talk about how could you have gotten the keys. You're certainly not going to charm the lady.
No. Well, the
You
only other
didn't
thing I
you
have.
didn't talk it out of her because she knew you were trying to talk it out of her.
Of course, of course.
But what are your
And
other options?
Listen, we're evidently there because we respect her combat prowess. I wasn't about to attack the lady.
Okay.
And as a barbarian who violence is my answer to almost any challenge, that's usually where I go. So
Okay.
I knew that wasn't an option. And
Yeah,
I'm not the
I'm
smartest
a
guy.
paladin, and I respect my elders. I respect people above me, class, and
Huh.
priesthood.
In other
and
words, we knew she knew where the key was, but we
So-
knew that wasn't part of the challenge. At
I was
least
told-
that's what was under the impression.
So as a paladin, I said, you know what? She wants us to do this way, so I'm gonna go do this way.
Okay.
I was basically listening to my master. I was just
Yeah.
at fault.
Okay. I understand the reasons that you did. I'm talking about how else could you
I have no idea how I
accomplished
would.
the same?
The other ideas would have been to tackle her and take it,
No,
but I can't think of
Kill
other
us.
ways. I don't know enough.
we're
about
not talent. We don't know
who she
D&D
is.
enough.
We don't know. We don't know the other options.
All the other
there
options are
are.
everything in your mind. How else would you get a key
That's about it.
out of somebody's pocket?
As a paladin wearing chainmail armor, who has no sneaking ability, I can't think of another way of doing it.
Okay.
Or I could just wait till she goes to bed and then take it.
But she told us to do it
from
now,
her.
and she'd be mad at us if we didn't do it.
Okay. So let's
Now,
talk.
John, don't leave us hanging.
You could have
What would
pickpocketed.
you have done?
Pickpocket.
Okay, yeah, so no.
In the
other
middle
words.
of breakfast table?
With her staring at you.
I'm going to walk behind you real quick for no reason. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, right? Just go full Skyrim.
I mean, there is a
Like,
sleight of
behind you,
hand
like, slowly
roll.
sneak around.
Look at that sleight of hand roll right there.
What's your sleight of hand? What did you roll?
I just rolled it.
What did you roll?
13,
you not-
13.
In the window right now?
No, I don't ever sit in the chat window
Oh, I rolled 13, 13.
because I have a huge, what's known as the journal window with a ton of information that I have to watch.
Yes.
So I rolled a 15 inside of hand.
So, a 15 would have succeeded on a pickpocket.
Right in front of her face. Right in front of her
Yeah.
face.
Well, you would
That makes
have
no
to
sense.
get behind her, and Got was in the middle of basically interrogating her. So, yeah, she would have been distracted to the point where it would have succeeded.
Well, good to know that that's an option.
Okay, let's talk about, were there any other decisions that you feel like were
Yes,
failures?
banging down the door, which I knew was a bad idea.
Okay.
Then why didn't you stop me?
That's why I moved back, but evidently it wasn't far enough. That's why I made you do it, Michael. I'm like, yeah, you go and do that, and I move back.
Okay.
We could have.
Not
I guess
far
we could have
enough.
investigated the door for any traps or anything like that.
Absolutely. You could have done that.
Very good idea to do that.
So, and that would be an investigation.
I have 0 in investigation. So
Okay. Well, I hope you
Oh.
roll well.
Yeah. Well, we weren't, so okay.
So you did come up and you said, "Hey, I want to listen. What do I hear behind the door?" And that did work, and you were able to reveal that, okay, you do hear that there are rats behind the door, and this is actually you're not going to like open the door and a fucking tiger, and then all of a sudden, you're in a whole different situation.
But I could have been like,
So-
inspect the door for anything, any traps or.
Yeah.
Yep.
then just listen.
What other decisions that you made that you feel were harder than they needed to be?
Jumping over boxes.
Jumping
Well,
over
that was harder
boxes.
than it, but it wasn't a bad decision. It was just it didn't work out.
How
the way I
else could you have?
Smash the box.
How would a barbarian handle a box?
wanted. Well, the problem is if he
Dots.
smashes the
Step
box,
over.
he got behind it.
Okay. You
So it makes more sense to jump over the box to smash the rat in the same turn, and it would be to smash the box.
Okay.
I mean, I've got +5 to athletics. I still failed.
That's really sad.
That was one of my chosen proficiencies.
So that was a chosen failure.
Yes.
So what other athletic term could you use to handle that situation?
Barrel through them.
You're right. You could have pushed the box.
Would that have used an action or would that be movement?
That would have used an action.
So same thing. Smashing the box.
Because we're trying to kill rats.
You could have smashed the box too. Ultimately, I think if you would have succeeded in your pushing the box check, you would have, between the two of you, used less rolls in jumping over a
Yes.
box repeatedly.
Probably.
Yes, that's true. But we would never have assumed we'd fail 3 times in a row. So
Exactly.
it's more
Oh, yeah. I'll just go over the box as
Yeah.
part of my movement. Yeah,
as
I have
characters,
+5
why
athletics.
would we
Ooh.
ever assume we can't jump over them?
See,
as
now
characters?
I got 25-23 for my athletic roll. That didn't happen during the game. I got 3.
A lot of good to us now. I'm just,
I would have failed.
I'm just having a after breakdown. You guys always say that,
That's
hey,
fine.
I'm new. I don't understand what I could have done.
No, I got it.
I'm
I-
not
this
going to
is
tell
very-
you when
this
you're
is
in the
very
moment what you
legit.
could have done.
I
I'm going to tell you now.
appreciate you telling us. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes.
How
We
else could you have
appreciate the
handled it?
after.
You say smash, you say jump. Michael, you said barrel through the box. What other options?
Burn them with the match.
You could burn the whole building down. Sure.
Do
It's fair game. This is Dungeons and Dragons. It's as far as your mind can go.
I could have literally just thrown javelins the whole time and never.
You
gone
could have
over the
gone
boxes.
range the whole time. Absolutely.
Well, you only have 3 javelins.
I have 5.
You have 5
5.
javelins.
And knowing how you threw that first one and got a 0, it probably wouldn't have been the best bet. Thinking about it.
Look on your face. Any other options?
I don't know.
Can
Not that I can think of.
would it be possible to squeeze through this corner without doing anything?
Yeah, is there a way past it? I don't. They all look like boxes. You have to do something with
No,
them.
you're kind of ringed in. So the master said she set up a barricade, and that's the barricade that she said she had
Oh,
set up.
that's the bear.
It pretty much surrounds the entire door. However,
I thought it was the locked door. I
how
was
did the
mistaken.
rats get to you?
They went
Little
through little
holes.
tiny holes. We can't go.
It went through a hole in a barricade. A giant rat? How big is a giant rat?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
One square.
Yeah, it's the size of a dog. You basically
Okay.
just beat
Still
dog.
smaller than us.
Yeah. Can you fit through a doggy door?
No.
Nah, not my barbarian.
Probably neither
Come
of
on.
you, actually.
Yeah.
but-
or me in real life. Yeah. Exactly.
Or a paladin wearing chainmail can't fit
And
through a
carrying a shield.
hole.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably would have been at disadvantage, but I think there was, that's an option too.
Look at the impossible.
Honestly, I think our options were-
I'm
No, yeah. I'm
talking
talking
to
to
you
Michael.
about possible.
Boozy, I think the actions we took were just fine. I think the gods were not with us.
I think we acted logically.
Very good. So,
The
and
needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That's what I always say.
you also pick up and recover all of your materials and everything else, and
Yeah,
so
javelin.
with that, yeah. So okay, that was good. Your guys' emotions were good. Positioning was a little aggressive.
All over the place.
You had the barbarian doing the flanking while the paladin was kind of center lining a little bit.
Because I'm cautious. And I need to not be because I'm trying to
But
be the
you're not
character.
cautious.
Right. But it's like, how do I explain it? It's practice role playing. I'm not that good at it yet. Let's just get at that. Because
Still new.
when they're like, come to this masters, then it's like thinking about like, I probably wouldn't go to her. I don't know who she is. Why? I'm perfectly fine in the woods,
Yeah.
just beating up bandits.
I
and
had to
wolves.
think really hard to think of a reason to be at this.
Yeah,
Right.
I had to think of a
So
reason.
that's the problem with one shots and short campaigns.
Right.
It's just kind of, hey, there's a hook, and that hook is
That's
you
just
applied to
happens.
be at this school. I asked you, and you told me why you chose to go to that school.
Yeah, you had to give a reason. And I'm thinking to
So-
myself, I'm like, this lady's a bee, man.
No, she's teaching us.
Teaching us how to kill rats. I don't know how to kill
Well-
rats.
She's already taught us, and now she is testing us.
I know. That's the point of these small things. This is fun.
Yeah.
Fun to get out.
I quite enjoyed this.
So, do you want to end this post-match episode with a cliffhanger?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So, I'm going to read this to you, and this is where we're
Okay.
going to start next time. Welcome to Parabor, a frontier village of diverse miners and adventurers. You've, by the way, slept this off. This community's economy is fueled by silver and the Kyrgon mines, Mithril and the Icebound Peaks, and explorers like you who scout the Meriam Vale for treasure. The Kyrgon Rangers cut Parabor and the Meriam Vale off from the rest of the kingdom of Skylark, where King Rizal Forthwith II rules a prosperous civilization. While the small village falls under his domain, he largely ignores the village. Its operations are in the hands of governess Judith Seagarden, who keeps a small guard and can raise only a large militia if any trouble comes to town. She lets villagers keep to themselves, coming around with her guards once a year to collect taxes. The dangerous jobs and remote location of Parabor attract more than miners and adventurers. By the way, we're going to be here, okay? Attract more than miners and adventurers. Plenty of people running from something, be it the law, a shady past, or an angry ex-lover, come to Parabor for refuge from their previous life. This is a village where people ask where you're going, not where you're from, and to address your concerns. 3 days ago, Alaria Faywig, a renowned mentor and to many famous adventurers, died. She was known as Meriam Vale, in the Meriam Vale as the Master, and you were her final pupils.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, she
Glad I
died.
didn't tackle her.
How she died? Do you know how she died?
That's how we are going to start the next episode.
Okay.
You're like, wait,
On
you are
Dungeons and
really
Dragons.
bad at cliffhangers. This is why I think
He
you watch
is
like
bad at
an
it.
entire season of TV in one go because you're like, wait, why? Why?
Gotta
Why?
binge it.
I have to
Gotta
know right
binge it.
now.
I really don't like cliffhangers.
Now you've got something to think about.
Yeah, and I hope you feel bad at her funeral when the last things you said to her were that lady's.
Where's the key, bitch?
Where's the
I didn't
game,
say
bitch?
that.
I
lady-
said
Told
it.
him.
She claps and then leaves you, and you're like, that lady's a bitch. And then the final graduating class, you didn't even graduate.
No, didn't have
Yeah.
a chance to graduate.
Oh, that's all right. There's no
Is there a
diplomas.
zoom in, zoom out hotkey? I'm trying to look one up. I see
Hotkey?
one.
I thought it was Alt. Hold Alt and zoom and wheel.
Wheel? Yeah, that's it. I don't like that though.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not that great, but it's all right. You don't normally have to move around the map that much. Like it's
Much,
just very
yeah.
isolated. I mean, 30 feet, 30 squares, whatever.
All right,
All right,
cool.
well, thank you,
Thank
John. That was well done.
Very good.
Everybody's
Very
got
good.
their
Well
XP and everything else, and
Quite enjoyable. I made myself a new new token, Michael, just with my actual nicer image on there.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
yeah, monsters. So we're gonna start off in this room. The next time we play, we'll be coming to this room, and your XP is reflected. You get a long rest, so all of your health is back,
And my rage.
and your rage is back, as well as anything else that you've done.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So, that being said, you used a whopping 0 of those lay on hand points.
I was dead. I couldn't use it.
I know.
I was dead. I thought to
And
myself,
then-
I said,
And we had. I was thinking, like when he got up, I'm like, he could heal me, but it's like, or he could just kill a rat. And there's only one left.
I kept
We'll
thinking,
just do that.
Right.
I'm like, if I let them attack me again, they're gonna get a critical and kill me again.
Yeah. So why heal him who keeps missing? I mean, he's useless. I might as well do it.
So I kept thinking, it's like, and when I was dead, I thought to myself, well, laying on hands would be really nice right now, but I can't do it until I'm not dead anymore.
A lot of good it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean,
a lot of
it
good
would
the
be
healer is
great.
on the front lines.
Yeah, it'd be great if the tank was on the front lines, but actually did damage too, instead of just kept whiffing it and getting
You kept
hit,
falling.
whiffing
I
it,
got over
getting
my
it
second
hit,
time.
whiffing it, getting hit, and they're like, "Heal me!" It's like, well, no, I gotta kill these rats because you just keep missing them.
Also, the tank has abilities other than just attacking. Don't forget that next fight.
No,
You
I
waited
don't
till
know
the
what you-
last rat in the whole map
Yeah,
had 1
do
HP, and then
rage.
you're like, I'm going to use all of my abilities now. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I completely forgot about rage until that last rat. I'm like, oh yeah, rage. I gotta remember that because I would have killed that other rat if I had successfully
Yeah, +2. Yeah.
instead of having to attack twice. So
Now, but
yeah,
it doesn't give you any advantage with a hit roll, right?
no, just the attack
it does
damage.
not.
Just
John,
damage, which is +2.
that was bad rolling.
was
Did
that?
you see? Did you see my rolls? This is
Yes, I
embarrassing.
saw them.
Great axe, and I keep missing. It's a rat. It's the size of a dog, and I keep missing.
I missed too. I missed like 3 times in a row.
I must be blind. That's what I've come to.
Or we were just distracted by the fact our master lied to us in the face.
No, that's expected.
Distracted.
She's a woman. Of
That
course she
was
lies.
so much entertainment for going into a dungeon and killing 6 rats. That was a
For literally a
complete-
starter mission.
a completely disproportionate. This is the universal RPG starter mission,
kill the rats.
and it was.
Oh, it is an Elder Scrolls. Did you put your guy on there, Michael?
On accident, yeah. Delete.
Excuse me.
Oops. Yeah, no, that was great fun. Thank you. But it is late, and so I'm gonna go to bed.
All right.
When's our next plan?
I'm free all day tomorrow.
Next weekend?